My piece is called "The Witch Creek Rhapsody," and I wrote it. I heard about this competition, and I heard that Vanessa wanted something that had to do with nature, and I didn't want to just go with the kind of classic, you know, which is not a bad thing, but just like the classic, beautiful sounds without kind of the context of what nature means to me. And so I was thinking back, like kind of through my life and my life experiences, just kind of being in nature, as we all are, and I was thought back to 2007, where there's these massive wildfires that spread through all of Southern California and just demolished everything, and they were called the Witch Creek fires during the fire siege of October in 2007. And I was just thinking about that, and the visuals were so strong, and just kind of the death that they brought was so vivid in my mind, because these were fires that came over the hills, and they creeped over the hills behind my home, and they swept through my home city, and my friends' houses were burned down, and luckily my family was spared. But I mean, there's just so much devastation there, and so I wanted to explore that, because to know that wildfires are also part of the nature that we see, and like the beauty that we see in the ocean or the trees or life like that. I kind of wanted to explore what life means in the context of the death that the fire brought. And so I kind of remember it also back to ninth grade biology, learning in biology class how wildfires will destroy everything, but they'll also turn the soil and make way for new life. And so I was thinking about that kind of concept, and I really wanted to explore it with my piece. And so I was kind of just had those wheels turning in my mind, and out came this piece that it starts out kind of somber and sad, and I kind of try to capture the visuals of the fires and the wind, and how massive they were, and how fast they blew over, and how fast they destroyed mostly everything, at least what I would see as everything beautiful in the area that I live in. And so I was writing about that, but then the piece kind of turns into this, like it's like new life peeks through kind of the darkness of that death, and it springs up, and I remember that visual very, very vividly, of just going back and driving back to my hometown after we had been evacuated and after the fires blew over, and seeing just the black charred hills, and then within a month just seeing the first sprouts of new life back in the ground, and seeing that, and seeing the hope in that, and there's just such beauty in that, and soon enough, new life sprang up, and within a year or two it was back and more alive than ever, just the area around me. And so I just wanted to explore kind of what that whole experience meant to me as a person too. I mean, more than just a composer, but just as a person. I think it's a very human experience, death and life. Like that's kind of the two biggest things that we deal with as in humanity. And so I wanted to explore that with my piece, and so that's kind of the inspiration behind Witch Creek Rhapsody.
you.